Welcome to the Whovian Wire podcast, in which we go through each episode of Doctor Who after watching it and yap about it because we're both Doctor Who nerds. This is Alan and I'm Josh, and today's episode we are focusing on is The Empty Child.
Smooth. Right.
I just gotta do the cough, and then
Right, yeah. Right, anyways. So, before we get started, shall we just mention that this is the first Stephen Moffat episode? Whew.
Oh, is it? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it is Stephen Moffat, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
No, yeah. This is his two-parter. Oh, by the way, we'll get out of the way now. Because this is a two-parter, guys, we are going to do 2 episodes, obviously. But how we're going to do it is we're going to release an episode on Tuesday, or today, if you're watching it, and then Thursday. So pretty much what we decided is when it comes to two-parters, we're going to release 2 episodes in the same week. And it kind of just cuts down gaps in between. And also, because it is 2-parters, it's more finicky to have to wait a week to listen to the second part instead of just doing it, close together. So that's the mindset. And also might cut it down from 4 years of listening to this to 3.5.
2 parts. What about the flux? What about the flux in Jodie's? Is that all just gonna be
actually,
one after another?
Yeah, and that's what, only 6 episodes. And yeah, we just do Monday to Saturday.
I just searched up somewhere, and apparently the curse of the fatal death, the charity episode back in 1990s or something,
Yeah,
is actually his first Doctor Who written episode.
Wait, did you say the 90s?
Yeah, 1990s. It's like a charity,
Children in Need special.
Yeah.
Oh, right, gotcha. Yeah, I did know that. But sorry. First proper Doctor Who episode. Fucking hell, mate.
Semantics, man.
Is that the EastEnders fucking crossover episode?
No. Because of the fatal death is where Rowan Atkinson is a doctor.
Oh,
and they,
actually, an actual good Children in Need special. Okay. Because the one I had in my head was, when all the doctors bump into EastEnders characters, and
I haven't seen that actually.
Have you not?
And we're not doing a spin-off fucking talk about.
Now, this podcast is over. Let's begin on every Children in Need special.
We're ranking them all in a tier list.
Exactly. Right. Right. Anyways,
let's go on with the episode.
Woohoo! So the episode begins with the TARDIS chasing something. We don't know what it is yet, but the Doctor's like, we need to stay on it. And yeah, it's flying through vortex and stuff. Again, I love vortex scenes. So when you see the TARDIS actually flying through a vortex after something, it's like, oh, this is what we're here for, baby. At least in my opinion. I like to see the time vortex actually in use, not just for the intro.
Yeah.
We don't get it often. But we've had it twice this series.
As well. It's very quick right now.
I do wish the intro was them going through chasing after it though, just to have a bit of a play with it, maybe you see this shuttle fly through the vortex during the intro or something like that, just to, I don't know, spice it up. I don't know.
No, I get you.
I don't know, just a bit of a nod of a Anyways, but when we find out that what they're chasing is apparently 30 seconds away from being in the centre of London, ironic that every single thing happens in London. Probably Doctor Who's biggest complaint. I don't mind it, obviously, but a lot of people complain about how everything's set in modern day London normally.
I mean, it's fair though. It's not always actually modern day London.
No,
there is. It's mainly.
Yeah, but
some of that does come to mind is a couple of Matt Smith episodes is present day New York and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's when it got opened up to more of an American audience, didn't it? In 2010. That's when Doctor actually started pushing for more of an American audience.
Either way.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, it's just a little funny. Then the intro happens because it's oh, it's gonna hit London, and then when they land, the Doctor's like, right, well, we are close to it, but we might be about a month out. And she's like, why are we a month out? And it's like, well, you try and chase something through time and space and not get a bit off.
A bit.
Just a bit. And then we get to a bit like some closed doors, but you hear music playing, but that's all you hear, and the doctor's trying to get in, and Rose is like, why don't you, like, I don't know, use like a alien defining device? And then she keeps saying, I want you to do some Spock, obviously relating to Star Trek, meaning is Star Trek canon to Doctor Who? At least in the TV, the show is in universe is classed as a nod. And apparently in Star Trek, there's some nods to Doctor Who, apparently. I mean, I don't watch Star Trek, but apparently there's some nods. That's cool.
Okay, well, now I've got a job to do, is go find these nods.
Right, anyways. Whilst the Doctor's trying to get into the place, we then hear a very creepy, Mommy! And it's like, ugh, I don't like that one bit. Yes, and then Rose then looks up to see a kid wearing a gas mask standing like way above. And Rose is like, there's a kid up there, Doctor, but the Doctor immediately gets into the club and wanders off. And so she goes to investigate. And whilst the Doctor goes into the club, we see that everyone's wearing like old-timey outfits. And there's a person up on stage singing.
It is a very big hint that this is so heavily in the past.
Yeah, there's a subtle hint. There's a subtle hint. But, you know, it might just be a theme party night.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And then the Doctor, after the person sings, gets up onto stage and is like, right, just quick one, anyone. Has anyone seen anything fallen from the sky recently? Which is just like a really moment of silence, and then everyone bursts out laughing, and the Doctor's like, huh?
He just doesn't understand why everyone's laughing. Like,
yeah. And whilst this is going on, Rose is climbing up and trying to get up to the kid, and she does eventually get onto like an upper level, and she sees that there's this kid, like, you know, still saying "Mommy," and so she grabs onto some rope to try and climb up, and then the rope moves, and instead of letting go, she just kind of grips on. So she starts to move away from the building, and we find out that she's actually attached now to a blimp. It is a blimp in it. The blue one's in the sky, yeah. And then the Doctor's like, what does he say then at the nightclub? He's like, it's like a round metal thing fell from the sky, and everyone's still bursting out laughing. But then sirens start to play, and everyone stands up and starts walking out, and the Doctor's like, guys, come on, give me some. But then he sees a sign saying, what does the sign say? Something about Hitler? Or
Hitler won't send a warning. Hitler won't send no warning.
That's it. Yes. So, and then it's immediate bang on the head. Oh, it's said in the 40s.
Yeah.
And then we see that Rose is now flying high up in the sky above London. Like a cool shot, to be fair, for 2005's visuals. I think a cool shot of like a bunch of air raid planes.
Was it a zoomed out shot? Or
yeah, was it a zoomed out shot? Wasn't it?
Pretty. I don't know.
But anyways, we see like dozens upon dozens of planes flying towards them with like explosions and stuff, and it's like, okay, budget's going somewhere.
Didn't all go into that one episode.
And then the Doctor then tries to look for Rose, but whilst looking for her and talking to a cat, because why not? Even though the 10th Doctor's weirdly against cats. Do we know why he's against cats?
But that only happens because...
Oh, isn't it because Rose is giving him more attention than... Yes, I don't remember now. The Doctor didn't like a certain cat because the Doctor's like... It's something about his hair, and Rose compliments the cat, but the Doctor thinks he's getting spoken to, and then he realizes it's the cat. Yeah, right, yeah.
I thought it was more because like there's a whole episode of cats.
Right. That as well, actually, yeah, maybe. Maybe? I don't know anymore.
Maybe because like he is a bit self-centered in that remark where they thought it was complimenting the hair, but
I don't know. Anyway,
there is a whole thing. There is a whole episode about him about to get killed by cats.
That is true. So, anyways,
out of context, that sounds like weird, but if you know the context, then
yeah, don't worry. We're not talking about like a Cats the musical kind of episode about to go on here. So, anyways, Yeah, the doctor's talking to a cat like, it's just at least up at least one point I pick up a companion who doesn't wander off. But then we hear the TARDIS start to ring and it's like, huh? And he's like,
I mean, it is a phone box.
but for which it does lead me to one of my favorite moments at the speeches. Not because it's like universally a brilliant Doctor Who moment, but because I suffer from fucking social anxiety and shit. So phone calls is like a no for me. When the phone rings, I stare at it in panic. So this quote, what it says is, "How can you be ringing? What's that about ringing? And what am I supposed to do with a ringing phone?" I'd love that the doctor's
So it's
even
basically
like,
just you.
yeah, pretty much. But I just love that the doctor's even like, what am I meant to do with this? Which apparently it's apparently not plugged in or something like that. It's not meant to be working. And then a girl randomly appears like, I won't answer that if I were you. But the doctor's too, it immersed in why his telephone box is ringing when it's not even plugged in. And then when he looks back at her to ask why, she's disappeared. And then when he picks it up, it's like, you hear, "Are you my mummy?" Or is that it? Yeah. Yeah, it picks up when you hear, Are you my mummy? And then, I mean, that's just a quote of the episode. But the doctor does try and speak to this child, what you hear down the pike, but it doesn't respond and then just hangs up. So then...
well, the doctor wasn't his mummy.
I hope so. So it then cuts to Rose hanging above London again, surrounded by bombs and planes. And we see a man with advanced binoculars. I say advanced because these are not 1940s binoculars. Watching Rose and tells one of the soldiers he's got to go meet a girl. Because you can't...
Not before accidentally complimenting the guy.
Oh yeah, what does he say? Excellent bottom.
Yeah,
But no, sorry. The guy picks it up as him flirting with him, but actually he's talking about Rose's bottom because Jack's that kind of guy. But then he does slap the guy's ass, so...
Yeah, but like, turns out everyone's just pretty much gay or bi in the 1940s because he can flirt with anyone. They all...
I think that's just Jack having... I think that's just Jack being insanely, like, charmable.
No, I get that. It's just... It's whenever, everywhere, no matter who he's thinking, like, isn't there, like, some point in Torture as well where he's flirting with the other guys in the scene? Apart from the main guy, the servant guy. But...
Yeah, but you also got to remember, I think a lot of people call Torchwood bisexuals versus aliens.
I had never known that.
Yeah, like, oh no, it's not like an official name, but I think everyone literally, like, the fans will say it's like the bisexual.
No, like, yeah, it's a fun name. It's like the what after last week's episode, Father's Day, we found out there was like 6 names for those things.
Yeah. Which we don't even know the official one, but I don't even think I've seen.
No, the official one is actually Reapers. Yeah,
right.
That's what it's referenced to as.
So why would you have like 4? Why would you have 4 other like creatures' names? I don't know.
No, they were all like thingy names.
What, placeholders?
No, they were ideas. They weren't proper names. They were ideas of what to name it, but they went with Reapers.
Mate, we all got
which I think they thought it's not too late to obviously change it, but Reapers sounds cliche.
Lurkins would have been awesome. Lurkins would have been. Lurkins, I think that's awesome then.
There was also the Vanishers.
Again, better than Reapers. Reapers are like a very generic.
Oh, what was the other one called? There was like, I swear there was another one that I found that was like a fun name or something.
Fan name? I don't remember us talking about a fan name, but maybe we did. Well, whilst you do that, I'll go on to the next bit, I guess.
Let's carry on with the episode. Yeah, we got off track again.
So the doctor catches up to the girl who warned him, and he warned him about not picking up the phone, and tracks her down to like a house. But whilst there's the air raid shelter going on, a family come outside and get into the shelter, and the man comes out like, "Do you guys never eat?" Like something like that. Do you guys not eat? Because obviously it's during their dinner, so it's a little funny scene. Nothing eventful.
Low cockroaches.
Clock fudge.
Yeah.
Oh! Okay. Yeah, I think I remember us talking about that. I think. Yeah. No, yeah.
Like, no, but then you made the joke of like, there's so many names. Not one of them is mentioned in the episode.
So goofy. Yeah, again, not one mentioned in the episode, but they had ideas and then officially named it after the episode. And the Doctor knew. The Doctor knew what they were. Let's be realistic.
Yeah. I mean, in not inducing panic and all that, don't call them Reapers because that is a...
I mean, first one what comes to mind is Grim Reaper, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Anyway, so we do see this girl then sneak into the house where the family had just come out of to then start to steal food. And then she's gathering some food, and but like while she's about to go leave the house, she walks past the dining room, and it's like a banquet of food. I'm talking like your Christmas Day kind of level amount of food. So
I'm not gonna lie, if I was a dad, I would have taken the food because
let's be realistic. But this is the thing. It's like
at least take the plate into the bunker.
It's like the American films where it's like the kids wake up and like the fact like the mother's made them like 20 stacks of pancake and waffles and maple. Do you know like when you see like a full-on dining table with breakfast stuff and then they just grab some toast and leave and it's like, what are you doing? I would literally be plating all this up and going outside.
Genuinely, just take it all with you.
Generally, it's like just hold on. It's like when someone gets chased in a horror film, but like they've got like a really nice like looking drink or something like that. Hold on to that. I don't know. I know I probably wouldn't in real life, but like, do you know when you're like hungry or something like that, and then you watch someone just do something like that, and you're like, "What are you doing?"
It is very stupid.
Yeah. And anyways, so then she goes out front and does like a whistle, and then we see a bunch of like kids start to approach the house, and then we get the speculation that they're all a bit homeless. So we a bit. So we
the Doctor does say they're all homeless. So
this is before this scene, Josh. This is before this scene. We don't know yet. Maybe they've all got loving families and I don't know, fat bastards and want more food. Anyways. So we kind of get the understanding that this girl like looks after him, like, or at least is like looking out for the homeless kids. And yeah, so whilst that's all going on, this is another reason I don't like cuts. I hate when the Doctor and the companion are away from each other because then I have to keep saying, then we cut to this. Where we've had like good 4 episodes where this has not had to happen, where there's been cuts. So yeah. Anyways, so we then cut to Rose struggling to hold onto the rope, and then she's about to slip and fall, and then when she does fall, a light field, I believe is what he calls it. Does he call it that? I think it's like light field catches her, and then he's like, "Don't worry, I've got you. Got me in what?" A light field or something like that. But then he's like, "But turn off your mobile device." And she's like, "That's a load of bollocks, pretty much." Anyways.
It is.
It is. Let's be realistic. But yeah. Anyways, so, and then he does beam her down to his spaceship. Yeah. Shuttle ship, whatever you want to call it. And then we kind of... Yeah. But then when she gets back in, apparently it can scramble your head a bit, this little light field thing. So she does pass out. And then we cut back to the Doctor.
Thing is, I wouldn't notice you saying, "Oh yeah," and we cut to this and we cut to that until you've just said how many times.
It's my only little gripe for trying to like do this kind of thing for the podcast is like when they're away from each other. It's like, well, I can't just say, "Oh, Rose gets taken into a ship," and then the Doctor questions the kid. I just don't feel like, because then it sounds like they're together still.
Fair point, but still.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, there's not many more. No, actually, no. The entire episode is going to be cut, so there's no point in me saying there's not going to be many more. Right. So it cuts back to the Doctor, Venom just randomly appearing whilst they're all eating food. Like, "Hello," and he starts to question the kids. Like, "Well, you're a bunch of homeless kids." But from my point, if I'm correct, this is like 1941. You should all been evacuated. And it's like, some of us was, But well, we don't say it in a deep voice, but like some of us was. but I'm assuming bad things happened with the people who looked after him, so they ran back or somehow got back into London. Which I don't know. Could you do that? Like, I mean, I'm assuming you had to sneak.
Unless they were just homeless.
The homeless
They were
ones,
just
maybe,
homeless.
yeah. Or like,
You know, homeless probably didn't get a chance to, because I don't think, because they weren't registered anywhere, are they? Whereas kids with families are always registered at a place, and then
yeah,
they're on a list on where they get taken to.
All right, no, yeah, okay, no, fairs. That makes, yeah. So probably that's the reason. So then we do find out eventually though that the girl who's the doctor has been following is called Nancy, and she's pretty much keeping these kids fed and safe. But while she's there talking about it, the gas mask child appears again. And he is outside the window saying, does he speak saying, "Are you my mummy?" at the window? Or does he not? Does he wait until he gets to the door? Yeah. Well,
the doctor opens opens the curtain.
Oh yeah.
And then he goes, "Are you my mummy?" And then Nancy asks, who's the last who came?
Yeah.
Who's the last kid who came in?
Oh yeah, and he's like, "Did you close the door? Did you close the door?"
Just, it was on me, man.
Yeah, interrogates him like. In the script, it actually says Nancy calmly asked. No, but yeah. So Nancy runs to the door and slams it pretty much on this kid's face, and she's like, "Phew!" But then he starts to like reach through the letterbox, and the doctor's a bit confused, like, he's just another kid, why don't we let him in? And she's like, that's no kid. And
no, he goes like, oh yes, it's not nice being like the last kid out in the cold or something.
Yeah, which is a bit of lore for some Doctor Who fans, because he was treated like that as a kid.
Was he? When's that mentioned?
Isn't Peter Capaldi's episode like Hyde or something like that, where Clara ends up being underneath like the doctor's bed and he's like whimpering because he's like left in a barn by himself? Isn't that something?
Maybe.
I feel because then she grabs hold of his foot, and it's like a whole one circle thing, because it's about, the episode's about like, you know, this kid's being scared of like a ghost or something like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the doctor was kind of treated like shit throughout his childhood. And if we're going off Timeless Child, he was treated like shit throughout his childhood.
Well, we'll get to that when we get to that in about 3-4 years.
I'd say about 2.5 years. No, probably about 3. But who knows? Maybe with more two-parters than I remember, and it actually cuts it down to a year. It's not going to happen. So
I'm surprised that there was two two-parters in this season.
Yeah, you know what? You don't ever think about it. Well, yeah, technically 3.
Because the last one. So
yeah, technically. Well, actually, what are you talking about? Darlican and Long Game?
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, do you mean when you say? Yeah, okay. I just had to make sure you meant that one, because I was saying. I mean, that's barely a class as a two-parter. But yeah, no, they are.
Dark and Long Game is like, this and Boomtown, because all you're doing is bringing on an extra character.
Yeah, it keeps the story flowing, but it's not actually a two-parter. You can watch them in random slots, technically, quotation marks.
But whereas those two partner ways in the one before is generally set right after one another.
Well, yeah. You can't watch Bad Wolf and then I mean, Bad Wolf,
that's what it's called.
Yeah, Bad Wolf actually sets up the episode apart in other ways. So do we have to class that as a two-parter then? This is the question.
We'll get to it when we get to it. We'll decide that when we get
to it. Okay. Our fans probably want it to be so, you know, there's another 2-episode week at some point. But anyways, so the doctor kind of tries to then ask the child. The girl then tells him, do not touch that skin. And she's like, and then he asks, like, why? And it's like, because then you become one of them. And that obviously confuses the doctor, but he's skeptical anyways. But she runs away then with a bunch of other kids. So they all evacuate the house.
Out the back, yeah.
Yeah. And then he does try and ask it questions, but the most he mostly gets in return is, "I'm scared of the bombs. Please let me in." So the doctor does then decide to try and let him in, but when he opens the
No,
door,
he says a funny thing like, "Nothing here but those chickens."
oh
Well,
yeah,
this
no, yeah,
chicken.
yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, yeah. I actually did chuckle at that. I'm surprised I didn't mention that. Nobody here but us chickens. Just me, I guess. No, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Well, just this chicken anyway.
Okay, yeah. I forgot about that. See, the Ninth Doctor is a lovely guy. He's comforting children who might be scared of bombs dropping.
That's fair.
That is fair. Anyways, but then he does try and let in the kid, but when the door opens, the kid just vanishes. Maybe it was a vanish. I'm joking. No, we're not bringing back. We're not doing that. Right.
What a vanisher, really. Turns out this was a two-parter.
Whoa. No. So then he goes out onto the street to look for the kid, but he's just vanished. And then well, for now. Then we cut to Rose then waking up in the space shuttle again, to which she asks for this guy's name, in which you find out it is Captain Jack Harkness. And then he hands her the information of, like, you know, soldier, being a soldier and stuff, or whatever he says. But then he's like, but then she tells him that psychic paper, this is psychic paper, because obviously the doctor also has psychic paper, so she don't get tricked. And she reads what it says on it, and it says single and works out. And she says, "Can't let your mind wander whilst you're doing this." But when she hands it back, it then says, "Sort of have a boyfriend called Mickey Smith, but consider yourself available." So this just means she's a horrible girlfriend.
Genuinely, like,
she considers herself available, even though she's sort of got a boyfriend. That is and this is why
sort of about it. She has a boyfriend, and it's Mickey.
And this is why I didn't rank Rose high in my companions list, because she does shit like this, and it's actually disrespectful.
The thing is, that stuff is bad, yeah. But as a normal companion, say like platonic,
I know what you mean.
She's like Amy. She's a decent companion, but then when it comes to all that relationship stuff, she's not that good.
It's yeah, I get that actually. It's a bit of a red flag. I won't lie. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Like even the doctor, even Amy's like, she's a good companion, but even in that first finale with Matt Smith, she goes, "Oh yeah, you may kiss the bride," as in the doctor can kiss. With her husband now sitting literally like 5 foot away.
God, I feel bad for Voy sometimes.
Anyway, we're getting off topic again.
But anyways, so this kind of confirms that Mickey is technically still her boyfriend after some confusion. Yeah. But now we also find out that she's a bit loosey-goosey.
I mean, she's gone through about 3 or 4 in the past.
Potentials. And, you know, now Jack is the next potential.
The awkwardness of the Boomtown episode.
Yeah, I forgot about that actually. But actually, I want to bring some up, because this scene especially. Does this episode, like, out of the other episodes, seem to have like a weird lighting, like warm glow?
Well, like an orange kind of thing.
Yeah, like it feels very.
I did notice that.
Thank you. Like, it's just felt very warmy, glowy. And like the only other episode what has that is maybe the what's the Charles Dickens episode called?
The Unquite Dead.
The Unquite Dead. Like, these 2 episodes seem to have, like, I don't know if it's like the camera quality being a bit poor, or if it's like a choice.
There is a green tint that's meant to be in the TARDIS. Was there one in this episode, or was it an orange one?
Oh, I actually don't remember. I think it was actually a bit too green, if I remember. There's moments throughout this series where the TARDIS has too much of a green tint, where you actually can't see the companions or the Doctor that well.
Maybe it's depending on who's in focus, because maybe since like it's more doctor focused in the TARDIS,
Right. Maybe.
it's screen tinted. But then now that in that part where like you cut to Rose, it's orange tinted.
It could be. But then again,
But again, she's also having a more wonderful time than the green tinted doctor. Talking about chickens.
but just this chicken. Well, this chicken. Okay, that's actually a really good line. But anyways, let's just say maybe this is just a Doctor Who theory. So then we cut to the Doctor catching up again to the girl, and he confronts her about the thing from what fell from the sky, because he did mention it at the dinner table, like, and I think he kind of saw in her eyes that she knew something, and he confronts her like, "Oi, you need to tell me." But then she's like, "There's this, it's been surrounded by guards. I can't take you there, but I could take you to the Doctor." Ooh, oh.
Ooh.
Even the Doctor has a moment of, huh?
Breaking time travel.
I always, it's, I know I'm not going off topic, no. Right, I'm about to mention another episode.
No, just go, you might as well go off topic. We've done it a lot, and it increases time.
Touche. So, it always makes me, it's like one of my favorite episodes is literally the next Doctor. You know, like when you...
No, I instantly thought of that when that came.
I fucking love that episode. Like, I don't know if that's actually a like loved episode, but I love that episode. In my opinion, I think it's comedic.
I thought it was kind of weird with all the ape-like Cybermen, but
oh yeah, they went a bit weird, a bit creepy, to be honest. That made it a bit more creepy, to be honest. I'm surprised they didn't really kind of try and stick to something like that. I would be a lot more scared having something like that running at me, though. Would you not be scared? Like, I would be fucking shitting bricks if like one of them fucking ape Cybermen ran at me. I'm gonna have to put up a picture now of the ape Cybermen so people know what I'm on about. But
no, but it is weird. Like, that is, maybe they were just trying to have a bit of fun since it was like a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
It's like, so
yeah, true. But it's just like it's why I think this is why the Doctor had that reaction of like, am I gonna see another me, a future me? But also before that happened, before she takes him, he does question her and say, "So who have you lost?" And she's like, "Huh?" And it's like, I can tell. And we find out that she's lost her brother, Jamie, to the air raids, the bombs, you know. And it's like, okay, maybe this is why she's being a bit held back-ish. And yeah, so then we cut back to Rose and Jack on top of his spaceship now. And she asks for the time, and he's like, well, they have a bit of a back and forth conversation. It's nothing too important to what we're mentioning, I don't think. But anyways, is it?
What, they talk about like the whole thing being a business venture? Or?
Yes. I mean, yeah, he briefly mentions it, but he also says it after what I'm about to say. So anyways, she then asks for the time. He's like, at first, I think everyone must think it's like a sonic screwdriver or something like that, because, well, yeah, you hear like a, and then you just see Big Ben light up, like, in front of him. Very romantic scene. And they start to like listen to music and start to dance. But whilst they're dancing, Rose is like transcended, hypnotized into like just his eyes pretty much while he's dancing. But he's like, he's talking about how he's got this like business, a device, and like, because they've made out their time agents, which he used to be, but then he's not now. But he thought maybe because they're one of them, he could sell it off to them. So whilst he's talking about this adventure, but saying how we got to wrap this up business fast because the bombs will be dropping soon on top of it. But then when he's like, so did you hear any of that? And it's like, I'm sorry, were you talking? And I think this leads to him to being like, right, let's go find your partner. The Doctor then enters the hospital in which the Doctor is at. And when he goes in, he sees a bed filled with patients with gas masks on. And then the Doctor enters. Oh, this is going to be so trippy. The Doctor and Okay, what's his name in this episode? The doctor.
Constance?
Constance.
Something like
I'm
that.
gonna have to call him that, or it's just gonna should be me saying the doctor then talks to the doctor. Right, so yeah, Constance or whatever enters the room saying, and you find them everywhere, and it's just like rows and rows upon people laying in beds with gas masks attached to their face, and the doctor seems to be, Constance then seems to be sick and sits down. Constantine.
Yeah, Dr. Constantine.
What a horrific
Just call him
name.
Constance.
Yeah, I'm just going to call him Constance. I can't. My English isn't great. Even I'm English. So Constance then seems to be sick and starts to cough a bit, but then sits down and then tells the doctor, "Do not touch their skin." So and is saying how he's been manning the hospital. So the doctor then pulls out his sonic screwdriver and starts to analyze the bodies. To which we find out that every patient has a scar on their hand and damage to their heads and a gas mask which is fused to the skin. Horrific. But it's not burnt on. It's just almost natural. It's weird.
It is a bit fecky.
Yeah, so he's literally, and the doctor's Constance then says to the doctor, "Go to another one and another one," and he's like, "This is impossible. This is impossible." But whilst he's doing that, we then see that Constance also has a scar on his hand, but then he hides it. And then the Constance fills in the doctor about how originally was only one person, Jamie, the kid. Well, yeah. Oops. It was one patient, and then the day after, it was the nurses who had ended up having the same injuries as this patient did. Not blunt force trauma, but trauma to the head, and then the gas masks. And then apparently within days, the entire hospital was just filled with gas mask people. So, yeah. There's even only Constance being the only one manning the hospital at this point. And then Constance then asks the doctor, "And what is the cause of death?" And then when the doctor tries to figure out everything, what it could be, the trauma to the head, nope. Asphyxiation? I'm assuming that's the suffocation of a gas mask. Asphyxiation, is that suffocation?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because it's something to do with chest, ain't it?
Yeah. Anyways, but pretty much every single thing he says is nope, and then Constance then grabs his cane and bashes a bucket, in which we just see a bunch of people in the hospital beds wearing masks.
That would scare anyone. Let's be honest.
That would be fucking shit scary.
I zoned out for a bit, and then I did actually after he banged the thing, I actually jumped up in my chair.
It is a creepy episode though. They've set the tone of this episode to be creepy. I would say it's creepy. Apparently,
I had some people in high school who actually didn't like this episode.
My family hate this episode because it's creepy.
It's why it's Doctor Who is memorable, blah.
Yeah, it's Doctor Who's meant to have them scary episodes. Literally, if you speak to David Tennant and you speak to Russell T Davies, they literally will state how Doctor Who for them was them being 3 years old, hiding behind the sofa, being scared of the monster of the week, and that's what Doctor Who's meant to be. Not a holding your hand episode oh yeah, we're being kid friendly. No. It's meant to make your kids scared. Which is, I think it did. I mean, I don't think I've ever got scared of Doctor Who, but I think I've always. That's probably just because I'm a bit quirky in your head. But what's the monster what scared you as a kid?
I think the Weeping Angels. And there was a lot, and since my school had a graveyard next to it, you would see a lot of angels, statues on the graves.
I guess that would be a bit creepy.
It scared the shit out of me.
Don't get me wrong, but I think the idea of Weeping Angels are fucking terrifying. Let's be realistic, terrifying. Didn't scare me as a kid, but I think it's still, terrifying. If they were real, you're cooked. You're fucked. Yeah, there is no.
Yeah, genuinely.
There is no. Yeah. And I think that's probably I would say it's probably one of the best monsters in Doctor Who. and written by Stephen Moffat. Whoa! Again, Stephen Moffat knows what he's doing.
Were you about which one were you about? Which monster?
Weeping Angels, Blink.
Yeah. Oh, they were written by Moffat.
Yeah. So this is now The Empty Child, The Gas Mask Children, done by him. A lot of people's most scariest episode. Blink is now one of the most scariest episodes of Doctor Who because of him. He knows how to make Doctor Who scary.
What does make Blink even more scary is the fact that Doctor's not around. He's generally
it's unsettling. That's unsettling. When you know, like, when you don't have a doctor by your side. It's a bit like last episode when the TARDIS wasn't, like when the TARDIS was gone. That's a bit scary because that's like a safety net and that's just been ripped from you. But like not having a doctor though. Ooh.
And then Rose had to go through that anyway because the doctor got eaten.
Yeah, and then there's obviously the certain next few episodes come in time where Rose has to deal alone again. And you can kind of actually, it makes the episode more creepy knowing that you don't have the doctor, with his wittiness, Like the monster of the week is normally with the doctor being a bit witty and, being, I don't know, the doctor. So when he's not there, ooh. But yeah, that's why Blink's probably, that's the highest rated episode of Doctor Who of all time, Blink.
It is.
Yeah.
You can see why though.
Yeah. And we'll get to that in what, a year? Not joking. Well, no, yeah, within the year.
Probably about, no, not a month. Probably like 3-4 months.
Yeah. Probably about May, June-ish, maybe. If we keep this train going.
Especially with 2 parts being on thing.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll get back to this. So the Constance or whatever slams the bucket. Everyone sits up in bed, and the Doctor even gets a bit startled, but nothing happens. But then the Doctor Constance then starts to seem to struggle to breathe, and then he's like, "Stand back!" But then he starts to struggle to speak. This scene was a bit disturbing when I was younger because it is a bit. Ugh. But he's obviously starts to then choke on the gas mask. And it's like, it's just a horrible thought, like, because like it forms through his mouth, doesn't it? Like yeah, it's almost like he's trying to throw up a gas mask. The thing
is, it doesn't start until like it cuts to the camera cuts to the Doctor and then cuts back to him, and then it's a fixed camera and it just shows all the effects with it.
Yeah, which don't get me wrong, they aged a bit, but I think for 2005.
Did you
good?
No, like the eyes.
The eyes were clever. No, actually, they actually did quite a good job. I would say the eyes were quite good.
That fools me to the day. It must, like, even still looks good. Like, with the whole it being stuck to the face.
No, I can agree.
Part of his skin, the whole thing is attached, and it's.
Apparently, they've cut out because apparently it was a bit too creepy. Apparently you could hear the bones crunching, but they cut it out because it made it a bit too creepy. Apparently, according to some Whovians out there who knows the shit.
No, I don't understand that because what is under the mask?
Yeah.
Exactly. You can't answer that because you don't know because there's.
But also, wouldn't your jaw be breaking anyways? Because again, it's shoving a fucking gas mask out your mouth. So I guess your jaw would snap.
What I saw it as is like, no clipping in games. It's like a mask no clipping through your face and then just sealing itself onto it. That's what I saw.
Actually
like, the mouth part
actually, that's quite good. Yeah, that's quite actually. Yeah, no, that's I guess a good description. If people were gamers
formed and then it kind of switched halfway through.
Yeah, again, it's a hard effect to try and pull off. So, yeah.
They did well for the creepy.
And then pretty much when you hear Rose and Jack then come through the doors, and the Doctor's still a bit phased by the fact that the Constance is just transformed. But then he goes and runs to catch up to him, and we then cut to Nancy, who did go back to the house where we were eating the buffet to get all the food back because. Well, they left food and, trying to feed the hungry. but then she didn't realize that the kid had caught up to her. So you hear, "Are you my mummy?" come from like, the landing or whatever. So she dives underneath the table in panic. We then find out that, but then it cuts back to the doctor and Rose. We then find out that Jack had actually set the doctor and Rose up and sent a flying space shuttle ambulance at him to lead him back to this time, just to then try and scam him pretty much. So it turns out that Jack is a con man.
Yeah.
So there's apparently nothing in that shuttle. It was just a thing to try and get them to do it. So he did know it was a police box, which he does compliment the doctor, saying very retro. Which the doctor seems a bit pissed off about because it's like, bleh.
Wouldn't you be?
I mean, yeah. And then, and then it kind of cuts back to the gas mask child and, going into the dining room. But then Nancy accidentally drops them underneath and comes out from underneath the table. So the kid goes up to it and picks it up. And then she thinks, okay, I need to make a bolt for it because he's probably going to figure out something underneath his table. And when she tries, the kid just 180 turns, like, does an 11 from Stranger Things, slams the door shut with his power.
That I don't understand because it's never established that he's got, like, telekinesis powers and all that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's obviously somewhat, though, because, the gas mask transformation scene obviously shows that it's not human, not normal.
Yeah, but then if he wanted to get in the house, he could have just undone the...
Well, he seems somewhat innocent. He's only looking for his mum.
Yeah, but his mum could be in there, but then like stops her from leaving.
But okay, so why wouldn't he do that when the doctor opened up the door? Then why would it?
It's because he said that there's no one here but us chickens.
Yeah, he did.
He's not looking for chickens. He's looking for his mom.
I just keep thinking about because my cousin's like quirky smile when he says it though, like just as chicken. Well, this chicken. It's not like it's so innocent.
So good.
So I mean, then it kind of sets up the cliffhanger because when the kid does slam the door shut and like she's trapped in the room, so that's her cliffhanger. It then cuts back to a hospital where then people all start to stand up and saying, "Are you my mummy? Mommy, mommy?" And then like, it's a bit creepy. It's creepy.
Mommy. I kept on saying it after the episode.
Did you?
Yeah.
So they all pretty much, everyone's getting cornered. So she's stuck in the room with the main child, and they're now stuck in the hospital with hundreds upon hundreds of patients, all, well, with the gas mask saying this mummy. And then that's the end of the episode, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, because I think like the immediately picks up with the doctor in the next episode.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
Escaped.
Would you?
I was going to see if there was an actual name for him. Like, you know how we found Reapers for the...
I don't think there is. I mean, obviously we know what causes it in the next episode, but do we know? No, I don't think we would have a name because of what causes it next episode. We know what causes it, and it's not exactly anything. Again, I mean, it's only known as the child.
I found somewhere on the TARDIS fandom, and it's called the Empty Child Syndrome.
Okay then. Okay. We get it, guys. You want to sound geeky and have your own website, but you can't just slap syndrome at the end of the episode title and be like, people are going to use this. All right. So what would you...
They've been affected by the empty child syndrome, clearly.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm just going to, next time I see a gas mask, buy one and just come to you and be like, I've been affected by the syndrome.
No, you just open the door and just say, "Are you my mummy?
Are you my mummy?" Even David Tennant does it in a future episode, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, anyways, what would you give this rating? Now, keep in mind it's a 2-part, so our official ratings are joined next episode. So you don't have to give like a proper rating if you don't want. It's rated for this episode.
It's a good episode, but it doesn't get fully like. It's obviously an unfinished story.
Exactly. So. It's hard to rate an episode when it's a 2-part. It's a setup. It's setting up. But I would say for a setup episode, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, like I'm not saying that's like this story is a 7 out of 10. I'm just saying for this episode, it's a 7 out of 10.
I mean, do you think that the whole 2-part, if we end up enjoying it, like, as the whole thing, it could be a 9 out of 10?
It could be.
Like,
could
like
it be?
Previous.
Yeah. Could it be 2 back-to-back? No, sorry, 3 back-to-back episodes of peak? I mean, this 2-parter is like one of the Doctor's best known 2-parters, to be fair. So
it's very iconic.
It is very iconic.
It's always bro.
So I mean, not to be a spoiler, guys, but it's not going to be below 5. We'll tell you that much. It's not. This is no Savine 2-parter. Right. Well,
we should have released those 2 episodes in the same week.
Well, yeah,
probably
but
I'm probably in the same like video.
Yeah, mate.
The second
both
episodes.
Yeah, and the first one was 35 minutes, so it was literally an hour-long episode, pretty much. We did that for Father's Day. Alone was 1 hour long. God, we are bad. Right. Anyways,
we're learning stuff on the way. This is a new thing. Bro.
Exactly. It's a learning curve, and we're getting there day by day, minutes by minutes.
Honestly, if you all want to suggest something, then suggest a way. We'll have a look and see.
Yeah. Comment below if you have any ideas for what we could do. So it's now time for everyone's favorite part of the episode: Alan's fun facts. So, to be fair, not as many facts as last week because, to be fair, a lot of it was very Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat being back and forth with each other and what this episode should be. So I'll just read the ones what I think are interesting. So, Russell T Davies' initial pitch was Captain Jack was originally called Captain Jax, an interstellar alien soldier who befriends the Doctor but intimidates Rose. He was to be tracking an escaped child creature. The story's antagonist, whilst posing as an English officer, the name Jax was eventually dropped, as was Jack's original characterizations, instead being a human, common from the 51st century. Stephen Moffat suggested making Jack a human from the future rather than an alien to avoid having too many extraterrestrials present in 1941 London. His relationship with Rose was made more flirtatious, helping to establish Davies' vision of the character as a pansexual. So we might have had Captain Jax Harkness, who was an alien who would have been befriended the Doctor, but would have been against Rose. Tried to shove out the picture.
Rose.
Well, it says. I mean, it says.
Intimidate Rose.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So would that be like him trying to push her out?
I always thought it was like she's always just suspicious of him.
True.
And then
I think what we've done is better. I think having someone from 51st century, be here, be human. Well, for now, and I think Stephen Moffat chipped in perfectly with this. I mean, obviously he wrote the episode, but Russell T Davies obviously always gives notes to the people. But I think
wasn't Davies the showrunner?
Yeah, he's a showrunner. So every episode, what's not written by him still has to be read by him and it's greenlit. So this is probably what Russell T Davies gave notes to. But I'm assuming Stephen Moffat were like, "Piss off, mate. This is my show now." And again, this is one of the best 2 parts of Doctor Who, according to people. So, I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Really argue with
No
wonder he became showrunner after Davies left.
And, Blink is classed as the best episode of Doctor Who. Not written by Russell T Davies. Yes, this episode, along with its following part, has a distinction of being ranked as Doctor Who magazine's readers' favourite 9th Doctor story. Shocker, I know. And the initial draft of the serial gave the infected humans more elaborate powers, including the ability to levitate and generate waves of force.
What?
Apparently there were going to be a lot more powers. Hence why I was going to mention it, but then I thought, no, I'll just wait until now. But apparently there was going to be more powered, like the kid and stuff, and the patients. Like apparently they would have been able to levitate and stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm glad they went with what
It-
they have.
I think, yeah, it would have made it feel less scary, a bit too goofy in my opinion.
Like, I'm guessing the main kid, yeah, having telekinesis because of what actual
Yeah, but at least
how
you
it
don't.
happens to him. We know how, but yeah.
At least he doesn't like then fly off
He doesn't. He
or
can
generate.
disappear, which he clearly gets from someone.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, I think they strayed away from that perfectly, and I think that was made it a good episode. I think again, I think Stephen Moffat just knows what he's doing. I think this is probably the only time we'll see that Russell T Davies gave him notes, because I'm assuming after this, everyone loved this episode so much. Russell T Davies were like, "Just come back when you want to write." Does he come back in series 2 at all?
Oh wait, no, I saw.
Oh,
someone
the Go in the
else. There was, like,
Fireplace.
oh,
The Go in the
like,
Fireplace.
yeah.
He hit that, didn't it? Oh my god, he is so good at writing. Jesus. Again, a very creepy episode in my opinion. That was a creepy one as a kid, I guess. Didn't scare me, but hearing a clock,
Yeah, I
a
didn't
broken clock,
find him.
that was creepy, I guess. I don't know. Again, I think he makes a perfect balance of Doctor Who being the monster of a week, and you're meant to be behind your sofa watching it in a bit of peeking,
Yeah.
eye peeking through your hands kind of show. I think it's meant to be that. I think making it a bit too space babies is just not my cup of tea. Yeah, that was a bad episode. I don't want to cover that. I'm gonna get ill when we do Space Babies weekend. That's all you, buddy. A solo podcast.
I had to talk during the podcast. I'm like,
That might beat the Savine episode for being shorter. Pretty much anyone wants to know if we don't like an episode, measure it compared to the Slovene episode. If it's below 30 minutes, it's hated. Anyways, I mean, I guess we'll wrap up this episode then, shall we? I mean, not much more to say.
wrap it up in a quick 5 minutes, yeah?
Yeah. The doctor says, not the doctor said, the doctor doesn't come on screen after the episode. No, the next episode is the doctor dances, so we have that to look forward to on Thursday. So you only have a 2-day wait, I know. Exciting.
Ooh.
I'm sure everyone's quaking in their boots with excitement.
In fact, at the start, so when you saying that there's going to be 2 power releases in the same week, people are just going to wait till the second one's out before watching them both.
Fuck! No, oh well.
No.
Probably. Oh well. And this is why Netflix is failing. No, it's not failing, but this is why Netflix splits everything into 3 parts now. We'll give our ratings and review on like the Monday following, which is only a 5-minute episode. Split into 3 parts, Right, well, anyways. Thank you for everyone who has listened or watched, and we will now see you on Thursday or whenever you decide to watch this episode.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.